and welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. This channel is all about planning, budgeting, paying off debt, and my very exciting journey from full-time teacher to full-time Etsy shop owner and YouTuber. So if that is something that you think you would like to see, then please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you along on this journey. In today's video, we are going to be setting up my family budget for the month of June. Now, if you missed yesterday's video, I explained that we did not have any income from my side. We still have David's income, but we don't have any money from the sources of income that I normally get money from, which would be Etsy, YouTube, and Patreon. So the money that I made this past month in those categories, all of that went to covering taxes and business expenses. So there was no take-home pay for me to use for our budget this month. So I explained in yesterday's video some different choices that David and I discussed, and that we ultimately decided to take out any cash from our sinking funds and our cash envelopes that was not an absolute necessity. And I did that in yesterday's video. So if you missed that, I will put a link to that video in the description box below so you can go see that whole process. So as we're setting up June's budget today, the money that I have as my income is the money from those envelopes. Okay, if we can do this, then we will be able to stay 1 month ahead, which would be amazing. And then in July, if everything goes as planned, or at least closer to plan than everything went in May, then in July the plan is to set up our sinking funds from July forward. We usually set up our sinking funds in December, so we're going to be reevaluating our sinking funds and setting it all up again from July forward. Okay, let's jump in and see how this is going to work out. Okay friends, so in today's budget with me, I'm using the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mom. I am using this workbook complete pack from my Etsy shop, Life in Envelopes. I do have a link to my shop in the description box below. I'm just going to quickly show you this kit. This is one of my July kits, and it just came out yesterday. But I think in the actual month of July, I'm going to be using the red, white, and blue kit. And I love this kit. This is Hawaii. And I love it so much that I couldn't wait to use it. And I decided just to go ahead and treat myself and let myself use it today in my June spread. So this is Hawaii. You get the monthly spread with the date dots, the thick washi, 4 budget sheets, 4 cash envelope headers, 4 expense trackers, a meal planning kit, and I'm going to add the 5th week add-on because I'm going to do 5 weeks of budgeting for June. Depending on when you start and stop your budget, you might have 4 weeks. It just depends on how you do it. And then I'm also using these extra large months of the year 2022 stickers from my shop, and then all of these category stickers are from my friend Cara Jo Plans shop. I have links to both shops in the description box below, and I also have discount codes for both shops in the description box below. Okay, so I'm going to start today by getting all of the stickers set up first, and then we will set up the budget for this month as well as do a week 1 check-in because week 1 is already done. So we're going to do all of that today. Let's go ahead and jump right in.
Silent music and shimmering gold, strangers feeling about to explode. I held my breath to make sure I didn't say something weird.
Okay friends, I love this kit. It is so beautiful. So there's a big rainstorm currently happening. Hopefully that's not going to affect the sound too much and you can hear everything. I'm just going to add June and 2022. I did fix the height of this last month when I came to you. It was, I'll show you, it was a little bit thick, and then the extra large month didn't fit I mean, it fit fine, but I wanted to make it better. So I could still do center, or I could do off center, however I want to do it. I think I'm going to do center this month. Yes, this is perfect. This is the perfect size for that extra large. Okay, so I'm going to add the 2022 over here. By the way, I've recently added some bookmarks in here. Oops, let me fix this. Okay, there we go. I added a bookmark to my monthly spread, to the monthly spread, to the month budget page, and to my expense trackers. So these come from ERIN CONDREN, and they're in the new, I forgot this pattern, whatever it's called. I think it's called Layers. And I do have an affiliate link to ERIN CONDREN in the description box below, but I think that's going to be really helpful as I flip through the book today and going forward. Okay, so I'm going to set up my sidebar over here, and what I do is I put all the categories down in the sidebar as like a category key for the month. So all of my bills will be in purple, my debts will be in pink, food is blue. Wow, it's like really coming down hard now. Gas is green. This kind of weather makes me just want to like curl up and read a book. Miscellaneous is yellow, and spending is orange. So speaking of books, I just finished the book Verity by Colleen Hoover. So my mom and I do a book club, and we meet once a week to talk about it. This was not part of that book club. There was like a little lull between finishing one book and starting the next book, so I just picked this one up. I literally finished it in one night. It was so good. It's called Verity, and it's by Colleen Hoover. So good. She didn't want to read it with me for book club because it has a trigger warning on it, and she doesn't want to be stressed, and that's totally fine. She does not have to be stressed. I don't mind reading books that are a little stressful. Okay, I'm just putting down David's payday. Okay guys, this storm is kind of distracting. I don't know if I should stop filming or keep going. Let me show you some footage of this storm. So this is my backyard. I guess it's not that bad. I guess after the derecho, I'm a little bit paranoid. A few years ago, we had a derecho, which was a land-based hurricane, and we lost power in our city for an entire week, and trees were uprooted. They were big, huge trees down everywhere, all over town. It was crazy. I think it's okay. I think this is just normal storm. I'll keep going. Okay, so now that the monthly spread is done, let's set up the stickers for the rest of the month.
Light as a feather on weekend knees. What on earth did you do to me? I let you in before I even knew who you were. Your hair was just so, and your eyes were also. All my dreams are now. I wonder where did you go? I have to know. A mirror image of my soul. I could see myself, but without the hose. I pinched my arm just to see if you could feel what I feel.
Okay, so these are the stickers on the 5th week add-on, and I normally don't have these available to me when I'm setting up my budget because I usually just do 4 weeks, but I have them, so I'm going to go ahead and use them this week. There's like some little strings for my stickers. I'm not sure what's going on, but some of my stickers have like little strings on them. Okay, so we're setting up the budget today, which is the 5th. Yeah, it's the 5th. So we're doing our budget setup today. And then I want to close this budget out Actually, you know, I'm going to move this over to Saturday. So on the 2nd. As I was talking to David, and I think, oh, sorry, I just realized my radio is still on. So I was talking to David, and I think even though I'm going to continue to upload on Sundays, I think I'm going to actually try to film on Saturday so that I can actually have a day off during the week. So, okay. And then sinking funds. Unfortunately, we're not doing that this month. Otherwise, I would use that sticker. Okay, so the next thing I want to get set up is down here. We have our variable expenses, food, gas, miscellaneous, and spending. Well, I like to check on those categories week to week. So this is my monthly spread. So it's for the whole month of June. So I have my budgeted amount and then my actual amount. So we'll set up the budgeted amount today, and at the end of the month, we'll come back and put in the actual month. But week to week, I want to check in on each category. I want to see what I started with, what I added or took out, and then what I ended with. So like a weekly check-in basically. So I'm going to get that set up now. Okay, and I want to show you on this page. So she has 5 budget sheets for you. Well, I need 6 because I do a monthly overview and then I'm going to do 1 per week. So that would be 6 for a 5-week month. So how I'm going to handle that situation is I'm going to put one of the stickers here, and then I'm going to put the other sticker over here. So this will be for week 4 and this will be for week 5. Okay, so we are all set up. And what I want to do now is I want to go in and set up the monthly spread for the month, and then we will do a budget check-in for week 1 as well. Okay, so let's start by checking out how much we're going to have to work with. So we have $20.92 plus $9.16. That was the rollover from last month. And then the cash envelopes. So altogether that comes to $4,013. Okay, moving on to our bills, our fixed expenses here. I do have this bookmarked at the front of my book. Here are all the bills and how much goes to each bill. So let's put in the amounts right now. So for our mortgage, that's going to be $13.17. State Farm is $132. So Aspen is our garbage, and we pay it every 3 months, and we set aside $20 a month. But if you watched my cash envelope unstuffing yesterday, I left all that money in there, so we don't need to add any more money this month. We're good. We have $60. That's how much we need for the next time the bill comes up. HBO is $17. MetroNet, that's our internet service, and that is $89 a month. Google Fi, those are our cell phones, and that's $52 a month. Netflix, I believe, is $17. Yep, it's $17. Ames, that is our power and our water, and that is $274. SUV is $118. Loan number 2, we are not paying it this month. We're starting again in July, and that will be $565 once we start it again. Student loan is $72. Alliant Gas, that's the gas for our home, and that has been around $120. That one is kind of variable. Okay, and then down here I put bills and debt, and then how much we budget and how much we actually spent, and that information is going to come in really handy at the end of the month when I go to close out my month. So that's why I did that there. So let's add all this up together and see how much we need for bills this month. Okay, so we are budgeting $2,208, and I'm just going to quickly double check my math here and make sure that's right. Okay, that is right. I'm also going to put in the budget amount over here for bills and debt. So to calculate that, I just add the debt together because there's less debt categories. So 1507 is budgeted for debt. So I'm going to take 2208 minus 1507, and that will give me how much we are budgeting for bills. 701. Okay, so 4013 minus 2208. That is 1804 that we are left to work with this month. Okay, coming down to our variable expenses. We will go in and update week 1 in just a minute, and then we will also update the bill tracker at that time. Okay, so we're starting with 1805. So we need to decide how much we want to put to each category. I usually do this ahead of time, but I didn't do this, so we're going to do it together. Okay, so let's start with what we would normally budget for these categories, and then if I need to go back and change any because we don't have enough money, then I will do that. So normally we would spend $200 a week on food, and there's going to be 5 weeks in this period, so that's $1,000 for food. And then gas, we would normally fill up twice for $40, so that would be $80. Miscellaneous, we normally budget $50 a week. For each week, that would be $250. And spending is $180. So that's 80 for me, 80 for, wait, is that right? Yes, sorry. So it'd be 80 for me, 80 for David, and 20 for Logan. Oh, but that's usually a 4-week. Well, let's just leave it at that. We don't have to give ourselves a 5th week right now. Okay, so let's just add this up all together and see if that will work for the 1805. If it's more than 1805, then we need to make adjustments here. Wow, it's only 1510. Well, that's awesome. So 1510. So 1805 minus 1510. That is a difference of $295. So our goal is to, coming back up to sinking funds, our goal is to redo sinking funds starting in July. So if we do have some money left over, we could put it towards sinking funds, which would be awesome. Well, we'll have to decide that in July. But for this month, we're not going to do any sinking funds, and we're not going to pay off any extra debt. So coming down here to the last category, this is going to be our rollover amount. And eventually, our first financial goal is to have $1,000 to roll over month to month. So that will be like $1,000 cushion for us. So that's eventually our goal. So I just wrote it there to keep that in mind. But we're going to start with $295, and we're going to roll all of that over to the next month. So it's a total savings of $295, and that's going to leave us with $0. We always want to end the month at $0, meaning that we have a place for all of our money throughout the month. Okay, let's go ahead and close out week 1 because week 1 has already happened. Okay, so coming over here to the expense tracker for week 1, I sat down today and I wrote all this out in one day versus checking in every day. So because of that, I did things a little bit differently. I just did things by category. So we had 2 food categories. We had groceries and eating out, and all together that came to $285. We didn't spend any money on gas or miscellaneous. Oh wait, sorry, miscellaneous, we did spend $10 on miscellaneous. Spending was $180. That's something we just do once a month. So we did the $180. That's what we budgeted, right? Yep, okay. And then HBO came out, that was $17, State Farm $133, and mortgage $13.17. So altogether, that came to $19.42. So that left us with $20.71. Okay, well anyway, so let's go to week 1 here and let's update that. Well, let's update our bills first. So it's HBO, State Farm, and mortgage. So HBO was $17. State Farm was $133, and mortgage was $13.17. So pretty close to what we budgeted. Mortgage was exactly what we budgeted. State Farm was $1 more, and HBO was exactly what we budgeted. We also are going to update the bill tracker at the front of the workbook. So we paid mortgage already, and State Farm. Aspen is we don't have to do that this month, and we paid HBO. I'm going to change this to 17 because it should be 17 and not 16. Okay, pretty good. So let's go back. Okay, so now that we've updated our fixed expenses, now let's talk about the variable expenses. So for week 1, we started with $1,000 for food. We spent, let's see, for food we spent $285. So let's see how much we have to work with for the rest of the month. $715. So we have $715 to work with the rest of the month. That's a really good number. I think we can do it. Okay, so gas, we started with $80. We didn't spend any money on gas this first week, so we still have $80. Miscellaneous, we budgeted, was it $250? Yes, we budgeted $250. We spent $10, so we still have $240. Spending money, we started with $180. We took out the $180, so we now have 0 in that account because again, we just do that once a month. Okay, so week 1 is done. Let me do the totals down here. Okay, so we started with $1,510 for our variable expenses. We ended up spending $475 this first week. That means we ended the first week with $1,035 left for the rest of the month. Whew, okay, so we are all set up and ready to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, will you please give it a thumbs up? And I will see you all again next time. Bye, everyone.